Welcome along to a Chelsea news update here on the channel. And when I say news update, I'm referring to pretty much most things that's happened since my last video. And that includes the wins over Tottenham, Forest and Brighton this week. And 3 massive wins now. Chelsea are on such a great run. We've only lost once, and that was since February. We lost at home to Wolves 4-2. But since that game and the run of games in between, we are literally in the top 4. Our results from Boxing Day would have Chelsea in the top 4. Only those of Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City are better than us, the amount of points that we've taken. And what a turnaround it's been. But more on this turnaround, more on crediting the players and the manager towards the end of the video. As I said, I've missed the games against Tottenham, Forest and Brighton on this channel. And what a win it was against Tottenham. Any win against Tottenham is fantastic. Bearing in mind the plaudits they've received all season, Chelsea turned up, dominated Tottenham and won the game. Yes, second half, Tottenham come into it a little bit more, but Chelsea defended resolutely and played really well to get a great 3 points, which is vitally important. And I'll touch on that in just a second. Then last weekend, it was Nottingham Forest away, a potential banana skin, bearing in mind Forest's form at home and the way they play with Gibbs White. Hudson-Odoi's on fire, scoring goals. And they'd sort of found some form. And it was always going to be difficult for us. But Chelsea saw the game through with a late winner. Reece James comes on and delivers a cross onto Jackson's head to take a massive 3 points again, which is just an outstanding result, outstanding performance for us. You could argue that we shouldn't have considered the goals that we conceded, but Chelsea's defensive side of things this season needs to be much more improved next season. Once we get defensive stability and the amount of players that we've had out in playing week in, week out to get a settled back 4, like the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool's, I know they've not already been settled, have they? Or Man City, to be fair, but like the Arsenal's, then you're going to have yourself consistency defensively, hopefully, next season, touch wood. Yes, the amount of goals we consider is just outrageous. We all know that. But then we come into the game the other night against Brighton, and you look at that game, and yet another potential banana skin away from home. And Chelsea just delivered a great performance. Reece James comes on and just lashes out, does something completely ridiculous, which means he's banned for the game tomorrow against Bournemouth, the game that brings the curtain down on the season. He's going to miss the first couple of games next season because of a lash out, an erratic reaction to getting some elbow or some contact from the Brighton player. And it's ridiculous, really. You work so hard to come back and you do that. It's just a shame, really. But the Brighton win was huge. A massive 3 points. Yes, we clung on. Yes, we were defending resolutely for the last 10 minutes and 10 minutes of injury time, and it was a bit of a shambles and people were panicking, but we got over the line. And that's the biggest thing. Based on what's happened to Newcastle and their results and Man United's results as well, we've skipped over United and Newcastle to be, I think, is it 3 points clear of those teams? All we need is a point and we guarantee 6th position in the Premier League. But if Sheffield United do us a favour tomorrow and they beat Tottenham and Chelsea beat Bournemouth, we could clinch 5th based on goal difference. Tottenham's is awful. Ours has picked up in the last 14 games or so, and we're in the pole position. So if Sheffield United can get that result, people are going to write them off because they're already relegated. They feel they've got nothing to play for. How about a bit of pride? Get out there, deliver a performance for those fans, beat Tottenham and do us a favour. But I just want to talk on the situation with 6th place. If we get a point against Bournemouth, we're 6th. We finish a season where there was turmoil. There's been calls for Pochettino's head at numerous times during the course of the season. There's been players just being outed by people on social media, through YouTube, on in the media itself. There's just been untold and numerous criticism of our football club. And all Pochettino kept saying the whole time was, we continue to work. We're a young side. We're still trying to get to know each other. We continue to work. Now, I'm not one to big myself up by any stretch, but if you look at my channel this season, I've been promoting the fact that we need to be calm. We need to give everything time. I said beginning of the season that if Chelsea could have a good cup run and finish somewhere near European places compared to where we were last season, bottom half of the table, that for me would be a successful season and progress. And look what's happened. We should have won the League Cup final. We all know that. Forget what happened in injury time, but in 90 minutes, we should have won it. We dominated Man City. Should have won that cup semi-final. We got to a cup final, a cup semi-final, which is outstanding as far as I'm concerned, which is box ticking for me. Should have won the trophy. I know, at least one of them. But we got there, and that's the main thing. And this team and this squad and these young players will learn through that experience. But look at where we are. 1 point and we're 6th and we qualify for Europe, for the Europa Conference League or the Europa League. I'm not sure what it's going to be based on the cup final result. But if we can pinch 5th, then you just want to turn around to all these people, all these detractors, all these naysayers, all these people calling for Pochettino's head, calling out these players, and just turn around to them and just say, wake up. Don't be reactionary per every single week, and just look at the bigger picture. There was always going to be bumps along the road with Chelsea, always. We're a brand new squad, brand new club, basically. The ownership, the backroom team, you know, the board, everything completely changed. And you got a brand new manager, you got a nucleus of new players there. And over the course of like a couple of windows, 3 or 4 windows, it was always going to take time. And I kept trying to promote that message. At times, I did get the with Pochettino and the way he was playing and his substitutions and that. I'm not going to lie about that. But I always said that Pochettino was not going to go anywhere. He was leading this project. He's been asked to do it. To pay him off would be just ridiculous with FFP or FSL, whatever it's called now. And it's just to see where we are, to see the confidence in the players, the way we're playing, with, you know, as I say, confidence, scoring goals. Last year, we were moaning like Marielle because we couldn't score enough goals. Yes, we got a problem at the moment because we can't stop conceding goals, but we're scoring plenty. And Cole Palmer, the PFA Young Player of the Season, Premier League Young Player of the Season, as a big, big part of that. He's been absolutely outstanding in more ways than one. Second on the goal-scoring list, only to Erling Haaland. 10 assists, 22 goals in his games this season. He's still got Bournemouth tomorrow. He's been outstanding, an absolute revelation. And yes, people can turn around and say if there's no Cole Palmer, then Chelsea wouldn't be where they were. The fact is there is, and we are where we are. So it's just great. It's been a brilliant, brilliant season in the end. We're on a fantastic run. I think 14 games with 1 defeat. Is it 8 draws or 8 wins? Or it could even be 15 games with 8 wins and like 7 draws, or 9 wins and 6 draws with 1 defeat. It's been just outstanding, this run we've been on. And to have the run where we're up there in the top 4 since Boxing Day is just brilliant. It's just turned everything around. And no one's really talking about it, which is great for me, because I can't be asked with all this nonsense that's in the media and on social media and some of this, what's out there on YouTube, let's just say that. So we're going to Bournemouth tomorrow. Let's get the win and see what happens with Tottenham. But we know if we get a point tomorrow, we've guaranteed 6th place finish, which is outstanding. And we're back in European competition. It's not the Champions League. It's the next best thing, or maybe the next best thing after that. Who cares? We're back in Europe, hopefully. And it's great. We could only have wished for that beginning of the season, and it looks like, touch wood, we've got it. So I just wanted to also talk about some transfer news that's been going on as well, and this week regarding Ben Chilwell and Cucurella. Now, I want to talk about Chilwell first, because as we know, he's a bit of a sick note at the moment, the last couple of seasons. It's not been good. We've missed Chilwell and Reece James at the same time. It's had a massive effect on our football club. Last season, it was huge. This season, we've managed to cope better with it on the form of Malo Gusto, who for me is second to Cole Palmer as the player of the season. He's been outstanding, Gusto. For someone so young to have such a calm head on his shoulders, and if anything, I think his form will force Reece James into a new position, or they could dovetail on that right-hand side, just swap places constantly. I'm not sure. But we could see James inside in midfield or in centre-half. We don't know, because Gusto's been that good. I think he deserves to be starting for me. But yeah, Ben Chilwell being linked with Man United. Now, what do we think of that? What do you think of Chilwell? I think all around, Chilwell's the better defender, obviously, and he's better going forward than Cucurella. Let's just be honest about that. And I'll be surprised to see Chilwell go, if I'm honest, because I think if we can get him fit and keep James fit next season with the first teamers that have been missing, with Pochettino playing the 11 that he wants, that he's always had in his head that he would play if everyone was fully fit, to actually get the chance to do that, I think then Ben Chilwell will be outstanding for us next year and a key player, as he always has been, in a Chelsea shirt. But I want to give a big shout out to Marc Cucurella, because we've noticed this inverted fullback position that he goes into midfield, like you see Arteta do with his players. You see Guardiola do at Man City. He comes into midfield and makes an extra man in there, and it creates merry hell. It creates problems because midfielders are outnumbered. He's actually done fantastically well with that. When it comes to the defensive side of it, he just harasses players. He's all over them. He's contacting them. He's just niggling at them the whole time and just gives you the ump. You can imagine playing against him. You end up just losing your rag and shoving him and giving away a free kick or getting booked, like Saka, for example. So he's also being linked again with Man United. There was a move that was on the cards last year and got just completely just kiboshed for whatever reason. But could they look for one or the other, Chilwell or Cucurella, and will Chelsea be looking to sell? Hopefully not. But I just want to mention that particular transfer rumour that's come through. There's also the situation with the Brazilian teenage sensation at Palmeiras, William Esteval, who Chelsea were looking to try and get a package deal done for around 35 million euros. They've now had to up it, and apparently it's all done and agreed with the club for 65 million euro package. This guy's been touted as the next Neymar in Brazil. The guy plays the same team as Endic. Endic's signing for Real Madrid, as we all know. Chelsea were linked with him. But Esteval, him and Esteval have been the shining light for Palmeiras. But this guy's the teenage wing sensation, and you just see clips of him on social media. He's outstanding. So Chelsea to get a deal done for him to come into the first team squad next season, hopefully. Not go back out on loan or go loan somewhere. Actually come in and fight for a first team place. Because one thing I do want to say about everything is that Mykhailo Mudryk, great goal against Forest. Brilliant assist from Palmer. Mudryk works hard defensively, and you want to see him play and get confidence and just be free, because he's thinking too much, as I keep saying on my channel. He's thinking too much about living up to the price tag, and I think it's affected his football. But you've got sort of Cole Palmer nailed down. You know, you've got Noni Madueke, for example. Madueke's sort of done fantastically well and made that position his own on the right with Palmer as a number 10. You're looking for that left-hand side, and it's still open between, at the moment, Mudryk, Nkunku and Sterling. Nkunku did himself no harm whatsoever with his goal the other night against Brighton, but defensively he's lacking Nkunku. His instincts not to track back and defend and work hard as Mudryk, for example. Sterling's still a bit powder puff when he comes back to defend, let's be honest. So Sterling and Nkunku have got a lot of work to do defensively, whereas Mudryk's got a lot of work to do going forward. So if Esteval comes in and gets in that first team squad, you wonder what is going to happen. Who's going to go in the summer? Who's going to stay? Will Sterling go? Will Nkunku come through the middle? Because at the end of the day, don't forget, Nicholas Jackson is originally a winger. He's been playing through the middle, but he's originally a winger. He's good with his feet. He's got a lot of skill, Jackson. You see it at times. And I wonder if there might be a positional swap with him going left and Nkunku through the middle. But it's all ifs, buts, maybes. We have to wait and see in the summer after the window closes as to what Chelsea do. But I just want to just sort of talk about the fact that you know, the Bournemouth we've already spoken about, the potential signings, potential outgoings. There's probably loads more rumours about other players, but that's what they are at the moment, rumours. There's talk of Chelsea selling assets, the training ground, the hotels, to try and get rid of the FFP burden and not having to sell players, potentially homegrown players. But we're still seeing Gallagher being linked with moves away and Chalobah. I think Chalobah's been brilliant since he's come in. Hopefully we keep hold of both of them. But I want to just finish up on Pochettino. And Pochettino still doesn't get the credit from Chelsea fans, from the media, for what he's managed to do this season. Frank Lampard led Chelsea in that first season that he took over with the academy boys, but established experienced players in the squad as well into the Champions League. Chelsea at times have been the youngest squad in the Premier League on a match day, a youngest team in the Premier League on a match day. And to get up towards 6th, possibly 5th, with this squad of new players and all the injuries we've had, there was a stat and a graphic that come out this season saying that Chelsea's had to deal around, is it 54 injuries or something like that over the course of the season in the squad, and each player, the amount of games each player has missed has been all coordinated together, and Chelsea's sitting around 60, 70 more games than the next team. 54 injuries, 20 odd more than the next team below us. We've had to fight with all sorts of different things. Injuries, criticism, trying to find a pattern of play, which is always going to take time. But Pochettino has said consistently, it takes time. We continue to work. You know, it's about confidence. It's about consistency. And look where we are now in the last 14, 15 games. We've got that consistency. Forget the Arsenal. That was a one-off. The Wolves defeat was bad. Since then, forgetting the Arsenal, Chelsea have been playing really well, picking up points, wins and draws, picking up vital, important points. We've jumped above United and Newcastle, who are both as well. Newcastle receiving plaudits this season at times. Tottenham have as well. And we could leap from them on the last day. So, it's taken a while to get this video done. A lot of time that, you know, went by without a video on the channel. Went up with loads of crap on my forehead. But anyway, stress and everything else. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this particular video. It's a long one. Apologies for that. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to upload it. I haven't got the time to edit. I'm just going to upload it to you guys for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully you will. But all I want to say is thanks for sticking with me if you're a channel member already and a subscriber. If you're not and you've enjoyed this type of video and just me talking as I do like this, there'll be much more coming on the channel, so make sure you subscribe to it. And if you want to be a channel member and support the growth of my channel, just head to the channel homepage and hit that join button. It's only £1 a month. That's all it is. I need to get back in the swing of this. I need to do it daily if I can, and I will try. So, if I can't do it daily, it'll at least be 3-4 times a week. That's what I'm going to promise you guys right now. Thank you again. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about anything I've said in the video in the comments section. Have a fantastic weekend. Let's hope Chelsea win tomorrow and Tottenham screw it up and we nick 5th. If not, 6th is something that we never thought we would be able to achieve this season. All it took was time, patience. But look where we are now. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.